Today we make a Brazilian cocktail with cachaça, the Macunaíma. This drink is now over a decade old and was created by Arnaldo Hirai. And what really stands out here, besides the cachaça, is the one and only Fernet Branca. Originally, this drink had been made with an aged cachaça and one aged in balsamo. If you even dip your toes into the world of aged cachaças, you will find that there is so much variety of exotic hardwoods, many of which most of us in the United States have never even heard of. I believe that you can find the Balsamo Avoa cachaça here in the United States, but I do not have that one. While cachaça is made from fresh sugarcane juice, it is not a direct sub for a rum agricole. So if you want to make this drink as best you can, you want to use a real cachaça, whether that's aged or unaged. So for today's drink, any aged cachaça will work. Now, some of you might have the Avoa Amburana cachaça, which I think would probably be delicious here. But I'm going to be cracking open this Novo Fogo Tanager, which is aged in oak and zebra wood. I've not had this before, so I don't know how it's going to go. I'll also make myself a second version using Agua Viva, which is an unaged cachaça, and I find this to be a little bit funkier than Novo Fogo or Leblon, which are probably the two most prominent ones you'll find in the US. So let's go ahead and make this. We're going to start with 3/4 ounces of fresh lime juice. Three-quarter ounces of a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup. 1/4 ounce of Fernet Branca. And then 1 3/4 ounces of cachaça. We serve this up in a small rocks glass with no garnish. And there you go, the Macunaíma. All right, let's try it. Cheers. All right, I'm only like 3 sips in, and I think I said this the last time I made a Fernet cocktail, but I think that this is the best Fernet cocktail I've ever had. With only 1/4 ounce of Fernet, but we are in a smaller drink. It comes through, but it's like an initial upfront Fernet, like barely bitterness. So if you don't like bitter things, it doesn't matter. But that kind of upfront mintiness. It's not like fresh mint though, but that like dark mintiness. And it does stay with you, but it is so much more subtle than Fernet on its own, if you've ever had a Fernet shot, or drinks that lean on Fernet. Like, it's very subtle, but you can get it. It doesn't overwhelm you. It doesn't bring forward the mentholness that I often get from Fernet, but it's more of that upfront mintiness with a touch of the sweetness and bitterness. And while the Fernet's subtle, it does, I think, overwhelm the cachaça that I used, at least. So it's not like a super prominent cachaça cocktail like a caipirinha, which is very simple, which is cachaça and sugar and lime juice or limes. Well, that cachaça is not like a flavor. Like I'm not distinguishing it so much. Like, it does bring forward a lot of freshness that you don't get from Fernet. So I think it's that combination of the like minty undertones of Fernet with the freshness from the sugarcane juice-based cachaça that brings this like summertime vibrant cocktail, which also just has like a lot of depth and complexity, which we don't think of in super refreshing drinks. So that is delicious. I'm sure your use of cachaça will probably change what it tastes like overall, but let me move on to the unaged cachaça. Cheers. Like, I can smell the cachaça more in this one, but that bottle for the bottles of cachaça I have, which is not too many, that one is the most flavorful. It's not like a Clarin, but I would say like closer to something like a Haitian Clarin. Has that intensity, that slight industrial funkiness. I mean, so much different. The same thing though. Initial on the palate, dark mintiness, and then way more freshness. So a little bit of that funky grass. Really, the best thing to describe it is if you've ever dipped your toes into the waters of Haitian Clarins. Like there's more of that than like a LeBlanc or a Novafogo. So, you know, most of you probably won't have that Agua Viva Cachaça. So, and I'm not like saying you should go get it, but I think that these two examples are just sort of demonstrating how much you can change things up by just switching out Cachaça. Cachaça, no offense to anyone in Brazil, I don't want to piss off, 214 million people. Cachaça is rum. It is based on sugar, so sugarcane juice. So we call that rum here in the United States. It does have its own practices and principles for making it, but it is a classified category of rum in the United States. Actually, in the United States, I believe legally, it is the only sort of regionally specific rum that we recognize. We don't recognize rum agricole. That's why Hawaiian rums can call themselves Hawaiian rum agricoles, because we don't choose to acknowledge the AOC rum agricoles. But we do recognize cachaças as Brazilian rums. I'm talking off the top of my head, so don't quote me, but I believe back in the late 2000s, some type of trade agreement between Brazil and the United States was that we would recognize cachaça as being a distinctly Brazilian rum product, if you will, and they would recognize bourbon as being coming only from America. So that's how those things work. Like countries don't have to decide to accept another country's guidelines or rules. Like we don't have to accept champagne or Burgundy or brandy, just like other places don't have to accept our appellations of wines either. Trade agreements usually dictate that. So I know the first bottle of LeBlanc I ever bought was before that, and I think it just said Brazilian rum on it. I don't know if it even said cachaça. But now we do recognize cachaça, so no offense to Brazilians who think that cachaça is not rum. It's just, if you're classifying rum here where I live, we do classify cachaça as a style of rum, and one of my favorite styles of rum. So there you go, folks. 2 versions of the Macunaíma, and I find this to be delicious even if you don't like Fernet. But if you don't like Fernet, you probably won't have a bottle of Fernet. And if you don't have a bottle of Fernet and you want to go get one, it'll last you a long time. I've had that bottle now that you've seen me use here several times now. I've had that for as long as I've lived here, which is 11 years. So I'm not saying that you should hold on to your Fernets for that long, but if you get one, it'll last you maybe forever. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below, consider subscribing, and if you want to support this channel more, check out my Patreon page. Otherwise, see you in the next one.